Hello everyone, Coach Crimson here, and today we have How I VOD Review Part 2, and this one's going to be covering positioning, alright? Coach Crimson, this is mostly an Apex channel. Why do you have Smash Brothers on the screen? Well, I want to show two other games before I go to Apex, just to kind of give the overview of how I see positioning. Smash Brothers and Overwatch is the games that I kind of learned how to VOD review with, and I think from those two games, you kind of have a better understanding of how positioning works. Just because of how the game is structured, right? Smash is structured in a 2D setting, which is very easy to kind of interpret. Overwatch, while not the same as Smash, it's a FPS, but it's an arena FPS, meaning the starting positions are static, and from there you kind of have set points you gotta defend, right? So without further ado, we're gonna start this game. Context: this is Golden Guardian Zane. Shout out to Zane, by the way. He's from my friend group and my region of MDVA. Um, Arguably the best player in the world, playing against an Icy's player named Slug, who's an amazing Icy's player, probably the best right now. Me, if you know me at all, I specialize in Ice Climbers, so I have a pretty decent, and I haven't played competitively in like 6 years now. I have a decent understanding of how the Icy's matchups work. So before we get down to it, this is a very tough matchup. I don't never really liked it. I think Marth wins this, but if you're really good at playing the game, like Zane is, you have a good chance to beat ICs a lot of the time from your raw understanding of the game, or if you're Slug, you just play a more Mars than Zane plays ICs. So general idea of this matchup is Marth has a freaking sword. You can box ICs out really well, but once ICs gets in, they can do a lot of damage. But for the most part, if you're really good at spacing and positioning, it's kind of really hard for an ICs player to get in because their aerials are not that good unless they're the aerials on Marth approaching is not that good. So, and March has very good aerials approaching Ice Climbers. So that means Ice Climbers can approach, but there's a lot of risk involved. Whereas Marth, Marth can go in without having too much risk with his aerials. Whereas when Ices goes in, because they have very weak air moves, it's tough. So they have to rely on going solely on the ground for the most part. And Marth has a tool called down tilt, which we'll see in the video in a second, that boxes them out. So right here you can see Marth's gonna use this move right there. The one in the ground, that's called down tilt right here, right? The little one where he stabs the floor. And it's very fast, right? Look, pink, pink, very two quick hits, right? So we're gonna watch the clip. I'm not gonna talk as much here. Bam. So this is where the core of the body view goes in. Why did Zane get hit here, right? Obviously, if you want to just be really figured or very literal, he got hit and died. But why couldn't he just do that before? Why couldn't Isis get in before? Well, if you look, Isis is looking to get in, right? He's doing little projectiles, trying to hit him. He's dashing away. He's going to the air, and then every time he comes off the platform, he uses an aerial. And then look, he jumped to fake an aerial, right? Which is really cool, right? He jumped to fake an aerial. Slug is looking to go in on the lag of the move, right? Lag being the end time of your move, the cooldown basically. And he faked it, and he didn't do it, and he stabbed the ground using the down tilt move, right? So the one time he goes on the platform, he comes down, he doesn't fake it, he does the regular move. IC sees that and punishes him, right? So from that bad situation, you kind of see the game plan, right? Game plan of Marth is keep them out via ground moves and air moves, right? And obviously, this player is very good, so he's going to be looking to get in after the air moves. But the ground moves, stuffing him. Like right now, if you let's look at this whole exchange here, the down tilt is very strong, right? Like he has to respect that, and it's kind of a little tough tool. And Marth kind of fludges his game plan a little bit, right? It's kind of rock paper scissors, where you know Marth does an aerial move, Isis gets in. Marth does a ground move, Isis gets hit, you reset back to the poking game. All right, so that's kind of like a cool understanding of positioning, right? You follow your game plan and position according to your game plan, right? Next game, we're gonna go to Overwatch. Overwatch is really cool. This is the map. I'm gonna show you guys the map real quick. This is what the map looks like. Attackers start right here on this side. I gotta click the actual pen button. Attackers start here. Defenders are defending this choke, right? So the main point is how do I get through the choke? And from there, defenders move back to here, right? And then once your attackers are here, they gotta defend this choke or this choke. So the attackers have to like, I'm sorry, I'm very bad at that big pen. But once they get past the main choke, the defenders have to either hold here or hold here, and the attackers have to go through. Right. So the character we're going to be spectating today is my main, Moira. I'm gonna play this on 2 speed. We don't need to like really like watch this whole thing. But she's a healer, right? All she has to do is sit behind her tanks and just spam heals, right? Obviously, there's more nuance to this gameplay than just spamming heals, right? This is a top 500 game. There's a lot of more variables that I'm explaining here, but the general premise of this character, Moira, being you're a healer, just make sure your other healer's safe, make sure your tanks are good, make sure flankers don't kill you, which is what was happening there on the left, right? There's flankers. He has to back up, but he's playing to his win con, right? He's literally staying behind his tanks, dumping heals, right? There's no like 5-head brain thing for this, right? Just healing in the back. Like this is very simple, right? Sometimes the best level gameplay is just executing your game plan, right? So later on in the same game, they're on attack. They're on defense now. So before they were attacking, right? They won. Now they're on defense. What in the name of ads am I watching? Sorry about that. I probably should have turned ad block off on. Sorry. But anyways, yeah, attackers are sorry. He's now defending, and so same thing. Play behind. Like it's the same like game plan, right? Right. They're holding this choke. The same game plan. And right away, look. I'm not sure you play Overwatch, but these are two tanks. Shield tank, a tank that can pull you and kill you, right? So let's look at his positioning. I'm gonna draw the choke here. Choke is right here, right? I'm just gonna show those who aren't familiar with this map. Choke is here. Moira is right here. When you guard this position, you generally want to hold behind your tanks, like we just spoke about, right? His tanks are here or here. Why is Moira not behind his tanks? There's no good reason, really. Could you predict maybe what might happen with a character, a tank that can pull you? He dies. Was he playing to his game plan, guys? No, he wasn't. He literally was not behind his tanks, and he died. This is a top 500 player. This is probably one of the most Pepega things I've ever seen. I just don't know. That's just ridiculously stupid. So the whole point of that scenario was, hey, was I playing my game plan? No. Why were we in the bad position? As a healer, there's no really good point for being here, right? He's trying to get some extra damage for his ultimate and some other stuff. It's just like not exactly. There's the risk reward to this is not good, right? And in positioning, there's risk reward to what you do. If you have good risk reward, sometimes playing risky like this is good. In this case, he's a healer. The risk reward for getting a couple alt charge, not very good. So we give this a very dumb out of 10. And a very dumb means 10 out of 10. Cool. So we're going to go to this position here. I'm playing a game. And basically, ring 4 is closing. And we got to find a spot in the zone. So this is not inherently a bad spot, but it gets pretty hectic, right? We're looking for a spot. I'm Seer. We find a spot, right? And we start panicking because people are in our building. So why did Coach Crimson position here in the first place? Well, one, it was free, but two, why are they walking up at ring close looking for a spot, right? At this point, this is kind of a gamble, right? If this spot was taken, we would have died. Maybe not. You can play outside, but we would have been in a very bad or worse position. So I got lucky, essentially, right? Right. So, but why in Apex's name? I was gonna say like another thing. Why would you be walking up late? Well, we decided to fight a team at 1 minute. Right. So we fought a team. We killed them. I'm not gonna go through the gameplay. It's on my YouTube if you want to watch it. There's the title right here. But we killed them. Right. So we also gatekeeping. I decided to gatekeep, which we had a minute, so it's not like we have a bad time to gatekeep. But I told them to loot and get out. I think I did. I don't really remember what happened. But the idea was I said loot and get out, and I said I need to find us a spot. Like we gotta, like right here. I realized, fuck, it's 30 seconds. We gotta go, right? So they're looting. I say please loot fast. We gotta get over here. They Valk ult to me, and because I wanted to gatekeep, I realized we didn't even gatekeep them by the way. I realized I gotta look for a spot, and probably maybe I should have ulted with them and maybe got there faster, but it's whatever. And again, this went out well for me, right? This is one of those things where this alone didn't lose me the game, but it could have, right? Why leave that up to chance and understand what pros and cons are to what you're doing, right? So if you fight outside of the circle with a minute and a half left, understand that if you're wasting your time to find a spot, right? I gave myself about 30 seconds to find a spot. Luckily we did, right? So right here, we got the spot. Theoretically speaking, I had 15 seconds to spare, which was really good. But if we found a team here, that means I only have 15 seconds to figure out another spot within the circle. Luckily, there's 5 teams. There's going to be a spot open for the most part, and we're fine, right? We actually played well, and we got here, and we were kind of chilling, so we're good. We stabilized. Here's another game. We were running around like idiots looking for kills. We see working this tunnel, and we see this Maggie thing. My first thought to myself is, hey, they Maggie ulted. They could have finished the fight. We might have time to kill them, right? We're in the circle, so don't have to worry about circle close. We have a minute left, so we're kind of good. But third parties can happen. It's top 7. Nobody's doing anything. There's no shooting we here. We can get third partied. To make the fight, I say this one person. It's not. It's 3. They did actually just finish the fight, but they're pretty much healed up at this moment, right? So now we're in a bad position. Why? We're in a choke. When you're looking at a choke, this is literally a gamble in itself, right? Team's there, you are probably going to die. Team's not there, you get a free rotate, but when you leave the cave, if there's a team gatekeeping on either side, you might be screwed, right? Which means if they're gatekeeping you on the edges, you play inside the tunnel, which is fine. But people can come behind you, and then you're surrounded on all sides, right? So this is good to pass through sometimes, but the reality is the pros do not outweigh the cons, right? The pro being nobody here, you rotate for free, you're good. The cons being team inside, you get held. Team outside, you get held. Team outside, you get held, and you get held from the back. So not very many pros, not very cons. Sorry, a lot more cons, not many pros. And again, this is how you evaluate positioning, right? I'm in this situation. Why was I in this position? Was there any good reason for why? No. I just was like, I don't want to walk around this choke, which is all playable, by the way, if there's no teams on certain spots. I'm lazy. I want to walk through. Oh, there's a team here? We can kill him, get some free KP, says the team with 6 KP, which is pretty high. So you got to understand, like, your thought processes, right? So, like, when you're rotating, you got to understand, like, what's the risk reward here, right? And I was, like, not caring, despite me trying to get out of gold, that, like, this is pretty bad risk reward. Okay, so as you can see from the name, we're trying to stream snipe. So I'm not really looking at the map. I'm not really caring. I don't really care about my RP. This is end of season. I'm just trying to fuck around and kill some people. So one thing you might know is, look, there's people walking. I'm not paying attention. Also, if I'm actually tryharding, you should realize this part is a transition area, right? Who transitions to this area? Epi. Overlook, which we're in, so it means no overlook team. Climatizer. Why does Climatizer prefer to rotate over this way towards the other one? There's a balloon on this right side. Also, crafting spawns on this side. So the high likelihood of teams rotating to this area, very high. Also, I know this. Climatizer is the spot on World's Edge that I literally drop almost every single game. I see Climatizer, I int my game there. Alright? So just you can't see that, by the way. There's people like literally walking up right here. So obviously I'm not caring because I'm just trying to kill snipers. But also, Valk's here, right? In this position, why am I letting Valk go first? She has a passive that scans people. So again, the mentality is we're stream sniping, so we're trying to kill somebody, which we do. Oh, not this game, previous game. But we get in a bad position. And oh boy, we should not have won this. Right? I get Almond Zip, they get scanned, I get fucking beamed, blah blah. It's on YouTube, you can watch it. But we're just better players, so we just kill them all. What do you mean, Crimson? You can kill them with this health? Yeah, we do. There's that bad. And this is what I'm talking about, is a lot of times when you're playing Apex and other games, when you're a good player, you can muscle your way out of situations, right? But who's a better player? The player that can muscle their way out of really bad situations, or the player that doesn't even get into that situation at all? That's up for debate. I'm not going to give you the answer because there is no direct answer, right? They both have their own merits, right? But as a player, you should strive to be that person that positions himself in a way to avoid these situations and has the power to muscle out of the situation when it happens, right? So luckily, we muscle our saves always out. We're good. Last part. So here, we found a fight and we clean up, and we get free KP. This is the same game, by the way. How did we get in this position? Well, we were walking around like idiots, right? We just killed the team that I just showed you. Looking at edge, and then right here. These are unlooted, which means nobody rotated through here. So I know there could be a team rotating through the tunnel. I know there could be a team to countdown. Countdown has crafting, right? So we are fully ready to take a fight at crafting because we need craft, and this is an objective. There's no beacon near us, which is kind of cool because that's also an objective people need in Apex. and we scan it. We're fully ready to get a fight, and again, we understand the situation at hand. There is crafting. This is a power, not a power position, but this is a pretty good position, a key position on this circle. And then we hear fighting. And this is why you want to choose your fights pretty well, right? This team that we're about to walk up on, they're on the edge, and they're not in circle, right? This is the same situation before. It's like you're in a fight, you're on edge, and you can get third partied, and other stuff. And this is very why, like, as soon as you finish a fight, you gotta look for people, right? This is why Seer is amazing, right? So the reason why we're in such a good position here is we kind of prep for it, right? This is what it looks like when you run around like an idiot, being the game before, and then you run around the game plan, right? We had a game plan that we knew we were gonna fight, and we were ready, and we just were able to have a good position, right? This position is amazing. When we saw this, we're like, this is amazing. We have high ground. They're finishing a fight. Like, this is just all the key spots you want in a fight, right? And as soon as we found the spot, we like knew that we were Gucci, right? We have very good ways out of this situation that we're in. So that's pretty much it. I didn't want to go through a long video, right? I hope you guys enjoyed this. But when you're evaluating positioning, just understand what your game plan is, right? And the game plan here is to craft and get this objective and find the power positions within, right? Here, game plan, get in circle, right? It doesn't have to be, it can be simple or as complicated as that, right? And I did not fulfill my game plan being here, right? We have 7 KP on this fight. The game plan is to win or get top 3, right? This fight right here, although it is in our favor, does not aid in our game plan, right? And as soon as we finish this cleanly, right? As soon as we finish this fight cleanly, which was right here, by the way, right? We go from 5, oh, we got 1 kill, so I didn't mean to finish the fight cleanly. But we go from 2 KP, or sorry, 7 KP to 6 KP, 8 KP, I can't math right now, sorry. We should have dipped, right? This team is handicapped. They have to also move out. My kind of the thought process though is I didn't want them to move on our back, but that's a situation that is fine, right? Like just position close to the ring, find a spot, anchor, have someone anchor. There's just a lot of ways I could have played this, and this did not aid in my game plan, right? So I don't want. I'm ranting now. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. Again, please let me know if you want to see more content like this. If you have any questions how positioning works, let me know. Apex is a very fun game. There's a lot of tools to talk about it, and that's one of the things if you're playing a video game, you need to understand, right? You got to understand the power positions that you like to play and find them. Every game that I've just showed has a map online where you can look at it and find the power positions. If you randomize a map, pick a random area, and you don't know the positions you want to play, that's a problem. In Overwatch, sorry, I'm ranting again. Damn, this video was supposed to be over 2 minutes ago. Anyways, in Overwatch, I have a general idea of how to play every single map. That's why I was able to attain a decently high rank. In Apex, for the most part, and this is not true for every map, this is why I do well on certain maps, I have an understanding on how to play certain positions, i.e. Stormpoint. I love Stormpoint. Olympus, I'm pretty good. World's Edge and Kings Canyon, eh. Anyways, like I said, please let me know if you like this video. If you have any questions, let me know. Have a great one, guys.